Can an air purifier really get rid of mold problems? Well, it depends on three things. Can it kill the mold, stop mold from spreading, and remove mold odors? Well, there are 7 technologies that air purifiers offer to help with mold. There are 2 for killing mold, 1 for catching spores, and 4 or few more for the odor. To kill mold, you have either negative ion or ozone. Negative ions are good for reducing mold, for odors, and for pollution. It's also a natural substance. Negative ions are what are created by waterfalls, out by the ocean, out in nature. It's often why we think better, breathe more clearly. And negative ions are actually missing from most homes because if you have the heat on in the winter and your windows are closed, or you're in the summer and you have the AC on, it actually creates very dead air. You don't think as clearly, you may not sleep as clearly, and that's because you don't have the negative ions that you find in nature at high levels. So some air purifiers add a little negative ion generator in the machine, and that's going to help you be healthier, and it's actually going to reduce mold as well. And it's inexpensive. It takes very little or really no maintenance for a negative ion generator. Ozone, on the other hand, is actually more effective at killing mold. It also kills smoke and odor very well. But it's something I only use to treat a room when I need, because ozone in high levels can be unhealthy. Even in low levels for some people, ozone can irritate their lungs. And if they have lung problems, and it can also even damage tissue if it's very high levels of ozone. So if you're going to use ozone or get an air purifier with ozone, make sure it has an optional timed ozone function in it, and I'll talk more about that in a few minutes. To catch mold spores, you basically have HEPA, which is like a cloth filter. You also find those in the car for the car filter as well, car air filter, and also oil filter as well. So it's going to catch mold spores. It's also going to catch pollen and dust. So HEPA is really the best form of cleaning particles from the air. Now, along with an air purifier, I'd probably also consider reducing the moisture with a dehumidifier, especially if we're talking about mold or mildew in a basement or in a garage, because they're prone to moisture. A dehumidifier is going to keep that mold from continuing. It's pretty hard to beat off mold if there's an ongoing moisture problem. It's just too good of a breeding ground. Anyway, so here are some air purifier suggestions to match your problem. For mold and mildew, here are 2 units. One is the Alive Air Purifier, which is a 9-stage air purifier. It's got HEPA, a pre-filter, carbon, electrostatic, and negative ion, which we mentioned is good at killing mold. Also has UV and TiO2. And then the other model is the Airpod MT3C, which is a 6-stage air purifier. That is HEPA, carbon, negative ion, and pre-filter, UV. And it has timed on-off ozone. That means you can use ozone when you want to. It'll run for a little while, kill mold, and then it'll go off. And that's really nice function to have in addition to, treat and kill if you got a bad mold problem. Now, if the mold is in the walls or behind things you can't get to, then you've got a real problem, because there's very little that's going to kill it all the way into like sheetrock or that kind of thing. Usually that has to be replaced. And sometimes carpeting and undercarpeting, if you got a mold or mildew under there, it's pretty tough. It's probably too much to expect for a purifier to really get to all of it and knock it out. So a little bit more about the Live Air Purifier. As I mentioned, it has 9 technologies, 7 cleaning technologies, and that does a good job on mold and mildew. It also has affordable replacement filters, a 3-year warranty. It'll cover 850 square feet, and it's available at liveair.com. And then if you want to add the additional ozone, the very affordable Airpod MT3C is a nice little unit with HEPA and carbon, as well as your on-off ozone and negative ions. So it can do a nice job with ozone as well. To check out more about these 2 units and learn more, follow the links below to either site. And thank you for watching. I hope this has been helpful for you.